Hi there, in this video I'm going to talk about on how to make your AI agent smarter with knowledge graph. So let's say you have an agent which is accessing different data sets using tools, and these data sets could be CRM, tickets, contract and product. So the agent which is accessing directly these data sets without a knowledge graph will come out with some correct insights, but these insights are not integrated insights. This means that these insights will not be as intelligent as you would require to be. On the other hand, if you access the same data sets using a knowledge graph which allows you to connect different data sets, the insight which will be generated by the agent is going to be very integrated and it will appear very intelligent. So in this notebook, I'm going to show you on how to develop an agent using a knowledge graph. And we are also going to compare it with an agent which doesn't have a knowledge graph. So the use case is that you are a software provider and you have a B2B model. It means that you are selling your software to other businesses. And one of your customers is Acme Corporation. So you'd like to know, is this customer has a risk of churning? It means that will this customer leave you? And if yes, what you should prioritize for a renewal call which is going to happen tomorrow. So we are going to give this question to two agents, one without knowledge graph and one with knowledge graph, and you'll see the differences between the two, and you'll see why the output which is generated by an agent with knowledge graph is much more interesting and it is integrated. Now here we are going to use various libraries. I'm going to use LangChain for building the agent, as well as we are also going to use OpenAI for the large language model. So you'll need an OpenAI key also. Now let me first show you conceptually the difference between a flat data agent, means the agent which doesn't have the knowledge graph, compared to an agent which has got knowledge graph. So this flat data agent will access all these different tables using tools, but the output which is generated is separate. It has got different paragraphs and it will be not able to find insights which require connection between two data sets. However, if you look at an agent which is accessing the data to the knowledge graph, it will make different hops. It means that it will traverse from one data set to other, and it is going to find out integrated insights which appear to be very intelligent. So here you are going to see that it is going to make a hop between the customer and the tickets. It is also going to make a hop towards the product information, the product usage information, as well as information which is related to what are the features which are not delivered and which are on the roadmap, as well as it is also going to connect all this to the competitor information, as well as what is the solution which you can provide to the customer. So let us first build a knowledge graph. So here we are going to use all these different data sets. So first we are going to use a customer master. Then you also have the product information. You also have the contract information, as well as all the tickets. All the tickets means all the bugs which are raised by the customer. As well as you also have the different feature requests which has been made by the customer. And you also have this usage information about which customer is using what product and how much. In addition, you can also have some information related to the competition. So here I'm loading all the data sets into a data frame, and then you can create a graph using this Python library called as NXO networks. And here, first of all, I'm creating some nodes. So here I'm adding a customer node, and then here you are adding the product node. And then here you are also adding the contract node, and you'll also add an edge between the nodes. And here we are adding an edge which is between customer and contract, and this is, it signifies that this particular customer has a specific contract. Similarly, you can add edges for the purchases, like what customer has purchased, as well as you can also add a node for tickets, as well as an edge between the customer ID as well as the ticket ID, and the ticket ID as well as to the product ID. You can also create a node for all the different feature requests, as well as within the ticket data, you will have this information on which ticket is related to which feature. So you can also create an edge between the ticket and the feature. Similarly, you can add information related to the competitor information, and your knowledge graph would look something like this. So here, each node here is a information which is available in the data, and the edge, which is the connection between the two nodes, shows that there is a connection between these two sets of information. So for example, here you have the node as a customer ID. Here in this case, this customer is Acme Corporation, and there is a link to the ticket, and this connection shows that this customer has got a ticket, and this ticket is related to an issue related to the data refresh being too slow for real-time reporting. Now let us first create an agent which is not using this knowledge graph. So basically the flat data agent. So in order to create an agent, first we need to create different tools. So we are creating a tool to get the customer information, then we are going to create a tool to get the open tickets as well as the contract details, product usage, and you are going to create a list which has got all these tools. Now we can create an agent using LangGraph, and for this we will require a large language model. In this case, I'm using the large language model which is coming from OpenAI, and this model is the GPT-4o. And you are going to pass a query such as, is Acme Corporation at risk of churning, and what should I prioritize for tomorrow's renewal call? And the behavior of the agent is defined using this prompt, and you create this flat agent, which is basically the large language model, as well as the tools which we have created earlier, as well as the prompt where we pass this particular prompt to the agent. Now, once you execute this agent, you will see that you will get all the information. The information is correct, but it is all available in separate paragraphs. It is not an integrated insight. Now, let us see on how to create an agent which uses this knowledge graph. So here you have different tools. So here you have the tool which is going to do the connection between the customer, the contract, and the product. You have another tool which is making the connection between customer, tickets, product, as well as the feature request, as well as information related to the competition. And then you also have another tool which is making the connection between the feature request and the upgrade product path. So these tools or these functions are basically traversing the node and getting all the connection and all the links between different data which is available. So here we are going to create all the three tools using the Python networkx function, and then we can put all these tools into this list called as kg_tools, and then we are all set to create the agent. So the prompt for the agent would be something like this, that you are an sales intelligence agent and you have to use all the three tools, but you have to also build a complete picture, which it will be doing so because it has got information related to what is the connection between all the different data sets. You can create an agent where you are passing the large language model. In our case, this is the OpenAI large language model. You are passing the tools which we have created earlier, as well as you are passing the prompt. Now here you will see that once you execute this, it is going to give you insights which is integrated. It is not available as separate paragraphs, but you will see that there is a relationship between all the different data sets. So for example, it has found out the reason for churning, and it has also integrated it with the product usage, as well as it has also integrated that with the unresolved issues. It also comes out with information that there are 3 open tickets, as well as it also comes out with this information that this particular customer has also been looking into the competition to have the features which are missing. So this is much more powerful than a flat data agent, and you'll also see the recommendation for the renewal call is also very interesting. Now, let me also show you on how this traversal of the knowledge graph happens, and let me show you in a visual way. So you can have a node, or these are different nodes, and you can see that the agent is first going to look into one node, then it is going to go into the separate node, and then it is going to follow the link and go into another node. And each of these data nodes are the data points which are coming from different data sets, and you'll see over here that it will show what is the hop which is made, as well as what is the different insight it has found by connecting the data sets. So the conclusion, if you compare the two responses, you will see that the competitive information was not surfaced in the flat data agent, but we obtained it using the knowledge graph agent because it was able to connect the feature as well as the competitive information. Also, if you see the root cause analysis, the large language model inferred it based on the different information which was available separately, but it is not the correct information. But we got this information in a right fashion by looking at the different data points and how they are connected. Also, the flat data agent was not able to find information related to the upgrade path, as well as it was not able to find information related to the usage benchmark. So the key takeaway of this notebook is that if you want to develop intelligent agents which have an insight which is integrated and much more coherent with your databases and data sets, in that case, I would recommend that you should first develop a knowledge graph and then make your agent point towards this knowledge graph. Now, I would like you to comment on what use cases you see where you need to use a knowledge graph and an agent developed on that knowledge graph. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video and see you soon in the next video. Thank you. Bye.